Good morning all. In this video we are going to discuss about the topic Z transform and its properties and also inverse Z transform. So first Z transform. So the Z transform is the most general concept for the transformation of discrete time series. So it transforms the time domain into frequency domain. The Laplace transform is the more general concept for the transformation of continuous time process. So normally the Z transform is the counterpart of the Laplace transform for discrete time signals. So Z transform is more convenient to use and its definition is to capital X of Z is equal to summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z to the power minus n. So normally the Z transform of x of n is denoted by capital X of n. So z is a complex variable that can be represented as z is equal to r e to the power j omega. So normally the inverse procedure, that is we are obtaining a x of n from x of z, is called the inverse Z transform. Wherever we are obtaining x of z from x of n is the Z transform. So for our convenience, the Z transform of the signal x of n is denoted by x of z is equal to z of x of n. So wherever the relation between x of n and x of z is indicated by x of n is x of z. For a Z transform, we are getting x of z by using x of n. For inverse Z transform, we are obtaining x of n from capital X of z. So here one-sided and two-sided Z transforms. Normally one-sided Z transform can be used to solve differential equation with initial conditions. This property makes it useful for use in practical systems. It does not contain information about the signal x of n for negative values of time. It is represented by the equation x of z is equal to summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity x of n z to the power minus n. In the case of two-sided Z transform, it requires that the signal be specified for the entire range, that is minus infinity to plus infinity. It is represented by the equation x of z is equal to summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n x to the power minus n. So normally Z transform plays the same role in the analysis of discrete time signals and LTI systems as the Laplace transform does in the continuous time signals and LTI systems. It offers the technique for digital filter design and frequency analysis of digital signals. So the definition which will be already seen is we are getting a capital X of Z from x small x of n, where Z is the complex variable. All the values of z that makes the summation to exit from the region of convergence, which is shortly called as ROC. So let us see an example problem for Z transform. So the first example will be, given the sequence x of n is equal to u of n, you have to find the Z transform of x of n, which means you have to find the Z transform of x of n, that is you have to find capital X of z. So next you have to write the solution. First you have to write the formula. Here capital X of z is equal to summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity. Here in the formula we are having x of n z to the power minus n. So in the question the x of n will be given as u of n. So in the place of x of n you have to substitute u of n. So the equation becomes summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity u of n z to the power minus n. So next summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity z to the power minus 1 the whole power n, and the equation becomes like this. Next we have to expand the equation from 0 to infinity. So we are substituting the value of n as 0 and then 1 and then 2 up to infinity. So the equation becomes 1 plus z to the power minus 1 plus z to the power minus 1 the whole power 2 plus z to the power minus 1 the whole power 3 up to infinity. So we know that 1 plus r squared plus up to infinity will be is equal to 1 by 1 minus r. So instead of 1 plus r squared we have to substitute the 1 by r. So in the place of r we are having z to the power minus 1. So we have to write the equation as 1 by 1 minus z to the power minus 1, which means we have to replace the value of r as z to the power minus 1. So the capital X of z is equal to 1 by 1 minus z to the power minus 1. So z to the power minus 1 can also written as 1 by z, because z inverse can be written as 1 by z. So next you have to calculate 1 by 1 minus 1 by z, that is you have to cross multiply the z value, we have getting z minus 1 by z. So the denominator will be goes up, we have the z by z minus 1. After calculating the value we are getting z by z minus 1 and the value of r will be less than 1. That is the region of convergence is the ROC. So here the region of convergence, that is the here in the place of r we are having z to the power minus 1. So z to the power minus 1 will be less than 1, which means 1 by z will be less than 1, then z will be greater than 1. So the region of convergence will be z to z will be greater than 1. So we are discussing an example for another problem for z transform. So here we are discussing the another problem. Consider the exponential sequence x of n is equal to a to the power n u of n. You have to find the z transform of x of n. So here we are it is given in the question the value of x of n is equal to a to the power n u of n. So you have to find the capital X of z, which means you have to find the z transform. Capital X of z, the formula will be summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity. Here in the place of x of n we are substituting the values a power n u power n. So a power n u power n z power minus 1. So next you have to write the equation as a z power minus 1, a power n and z power minus 1 the whole power n. So substituting the same as in the previous problem, the value of n will be substituting 0 up to infinity. We are getting the equation as 1 plus a z power minus 1 plus a z power minus 1 the whole square up to infinity. Since this is in geometric series, so we have writing this as 1 by 1 minus a z power minus 1 as we seen in the previous problem. So a z power minus 1 can be written as a by z. Next we have solving this equation, we are getting z by z minus a. So that will converge for, that is x of z is equal to z by z minus 1 a, that is z will be greater than a. This is the region of convergence. So next we are going into the characteristics families of signals with their corresponding ROC. So corresponding ROC will be given here. Here the family of signals will be given. Here we have a casual, that is right sided signal. For right sided signal we having entire z plane and that is except z is equal to 0. So for anti-casual the ROC will be entire z plane except z is equal to infinity. For two-sided signal we have entire z plane except z is equal to 0 and z is equal to infinity. So these are for the signals for finite duration. So for infinite duration signals, for casual we are having z is greater than r2, and for anti-casual, that is left-sided signal, we are having z greater than r1. For two-sided signal we are having r1, the z value will be between r2 to r1. Z transform is a function of a complex z variable convenient to describe on the complex z plane. If we plot z is equal to e to the power j omega, for omega is equal to 0 to 2 pi, we get the unit circle. So this is the z is equal to e power j omega. For omega, substituting omega is equal to 0 to 2 pi, we are getting the unit circle. So this is for plotting real and imaginary line. So next, region of convergence. So the set of values of z for which the z transform converges is the region of convergence. Each value of r represents a circle of radius r. The region of convergence is made of circles. For example, z transform converges for a value of 0.5 r to 2. So the r value will be from 0.5 to 2. So here the region of convergence is shown on the left. In this example, the ROC includes the unit circle. So DTFT exists. Not all sequences have a Z transform. Next, right-sided exponential sequence pole 0 example. So next we are going to an example. X of n is equal to a to the power u of n. Next we are finding the capital X of z. So in the term of x of small x of n, we are to substitute the a power n u of n. So in the formula, summation of n is equal to infinity to infinity a to the power n u of n to z power minus n. So in the place you have to write the summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity a power a z power minus 1 the whole power n. For convergence we require a z power minus 1 can be written as we solved in the previous problem. The answer will be z by z minus a. So here the region of convergence will be is defined as a z power minus 1 the whole power n less than 1. That is z will be less than 1. So here it can be represented as z will be greater than a. So r will be greater less than n. In the place of r we are having a z power minus 1. So it can be written as a by z. So the value will be becomes mod z greater than a. So inside the region of convergence, series converges. So here a geometric series formula, summation of n is equal to capital N1 to N2 alpha to the power n can be written as alpha to the power n1 minus alpha to the power n2 plus 1 divided by 1 minus alpha. So the region outside the circle of radius a here will be the region of convergence. So the right side sequence of ROC extend outside the circle. For finite length sequence, we are having x of n is equal to a to the power n. That is, the value of n ranges from 0 to capital N minus 1. Otherwise, the value will be 0. So, we are substituting the value summation of n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 in the ranges. So, in the place of a z power minus 1, a power minus 1, we can write this equation as 1 minus a z power minus 1 the whole power n divided by 1 by a z power minus 1. Which will be equal to 1 by z power n minus 1 into z power n minus a power n divided by z minus a. So here we are having the real and imaginary z plane. The value will be omega will be pi by 8. Here it is having an unit circle. So in the 15th order pool. Next we are going into the properties of ROC of Z transform. So the ROC is a ring or disk centered at the origin. DTFT exists if one and only if the ROC includes the unit circle. Here the ROC cannot contain any poles. In a finite length sequence in the entire Z plane in the ROC except possibly Z is equal to 0 and Z is equal to infinity. Here the ROC for a right-handed sequence extends towards from the outermost pole possibly including Z is equal to infinity. And the left-handed sequence extends inward from innermost pole possibly including Z is equal to 0. For two-sided sequence, a ring bounded by poles will be including. In the ROC must be the connected region. Z transform does not inequally determine a sequence without specifying the ROC. So next we are going into the topic the properties of Z transform. So first we are going to learn about the linearity property. So in the linearity property, if small x1 of n will be the Z transform of small x1 of n will be capital X1 of Z. And the ROC lies between A1 to B1, and for small x2 of n the Z transform will be capital X2 of Z, and the Z value ranges from ROC A2 to B2. Then A1 x1 of n plus A2 x1 of n will having the Z transform value was A1 capital X1 of Z plus A2 capital X2 of Z. So this is the first linearity property. It can be explained with the proof. So the region of convergence is intersection of ROC of x1 of Z and capital X2 of Z. So here capital X of Z is equal to summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n Z to the power minus n. So summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity a1 x1 of n plus a2 x2 of n. So this is the small x of 1 value. So we have to substitute the x of 1 value as a1 of x1 of n plus a2 of x2 of n. So next you have to write separately the value summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity a1 x1 of n Z to the power minus n plus summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity a2 x2 of n Z to the power minus n. Next you have to take a1 and a2 outside because the a1 a2 are constant. So we have to take the a1 and a2 outside. So we are getting the equation as a1 of summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of n Z to the power minus n plus a2 summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x2 of n Z to the power minus n. Next we are writing the value summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of n Z to the power minus 1 as capital X1 of Z, and for this value we are replacing this value as capital X2 of Z. So we are getting the equation as a1 x1 of Z plus a2 x2 of Z. Thus the left hand side and right hand side can be proved. So next property will be time shifting or translation. So if small x of n will be having the Z transform of capital X of Z for region of convergence lies between R1 to R2, x of n minus k will having the Z transform of Z to the power minus k x of Z. So we have a proof. Z of x of n minus k is equal to summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity. In the place of x of n, we are substituting x of n minus k into z to the power minus n. So here you are taking n minus 1 as equal to m. So let n minus k is equal to m. Hence n is equal to, we are getting n is equal to, the plus minus k will be goes right side. Then minus k will be converted as plus k. So n is equal to k plus m, where m lies between minus infinity to infinity. That is summation of m is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of m Z to the power minus k plus m. So in the place of replacing the n value as m. So here next we are getting substituting separately z to the power minus k into z to the power minus m. Next we are getting the answer as z to the power minus k will be constant. Then we are getting outside summation of m is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of m Z to the power minus m. So this equation can be written as capital X of Z. So we are getting the answer as z power minus k x of Z, which will be the right hand side of the equation. So x of n minus k will having the z transform of z of minus k into capital X of Z. Hence the theorem will be proved. So third one will be the scaling in z domain or multiplication by exponential. So let x of n gives the z transform of x of n gives capital X of Z. Then a power n x of n will gives the z transform of capital X of Z by a, where the value of z ranges from a of R1 to a of R2. So next we have the same proof as we are substituting in the value of x of n. We are substituting a power n x of n. So next we have to write separately the values a power minus n z to the power minus n. We are taking commonly minus n. So here we are having plus n. So we are writing as minus n. So minus into minus we are getting plus n. So is the x of a to the power minus 1 is z. So we can write this equation as a power minus 1 as 1 by z. Next we are getting z by a. This will having the region of convergence as a of R1 of z by a So here r1 of z by a, this by a will be, mod a will be goes in the left, goes left. So we are having a of mod a of r1. The value of z ranges from mod a of r1 to mod a of r2. So next property will be the time reversal. So for time reversal, x of n will be having the z transform of capital X of 2, then x of minus n will having the z transform of capital X of minus 1, where the r value, z value ranges from 1 by r2 to 1 by r1, that is region of convergence value. So here we have a proof, the same as we are substituting the value of x of n as minus x of minus n. So x of minus n can be substituted. Next we have to take the n is equal to minus m. So we have to substitute, let n is equal to minus m in this equation. We are getting the answer as z x of x z to the power minus 1. Hence the theorem will be proved. So fifth one will be the differentiation in z domain or multiplication by a ramp. So if x of n, small x of n will having the capital X of z as a z transform, next n into x of n will having the z transform of minus z into d by dz capital X of z, where having the z value transform ROC will be r1 to r2. So here we have a proof. We are having x of capital X of z is equal to, the formula will be summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z power minus n. So d by dz capital X of z, summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity d by dz, in the terms of x of capital X of z we are substituting x of n z to the power minus n. So next you have to substitute the z capital X of z value as in the formula. So next we have to take out the x of n in the outside. Next we are having d by dz z to the power minus 1. So in the z to the power minus n x of n, so we are taking minus n as multiplication into z to the power minus n minus 1. So we are solving this, we are getting x z power minus n. So next you have to write separately as z to the power minus n into z to the power minus 1. So by solving this equation we are getting minus z into d by dz x of z. So the region of convergence is same as that of x of n. So the hence theorem will be proved. That is the differentiation in z domain theorem will be proved. Properties will be proved. So next will be convolution in time domain. So let x1 of n and you will have the capital X of x1 of z transform, and x2 of n will have the z transform of capital X2 of z. Then the proof will be x1 of n into x2 of n will have the z transform of capital X1 of z into capital X2 of z. So here the region of intersection of ROC is capital X1 of z and capital X2 of z. So let's having proof in the name of summation of n k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of k and x2 of n minus k. So next we have to multiply the z transform of x1 of n into x2 of n. So we are substituting the value. So interchanging the order of summation, that is k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of k into summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x2 of n minus k into z to the power minus n. Since x2 of n minus k will have the z transform of z to the power minus k x2 of k, we have to write this equation as k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of k z to the power minus k z to the z2 of z x2 of z. So hence the value will be x2 of z will be taken outside, the value will be capital X1 of z into capital X2 of z. So here the formula will written as capital X1 of z. So hence the convolution in time domain property will be proved. So next will be the correlation of two sequence. So in the correlation of two sequence, x1 of n will have the z transform of capital X1 of z, and x2 of n will have the z transform of capital X2 of z. We have to prove the summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of n x2 of n minus 1. we have the z transform of x1 of z, x2 of z power minus 1. So the correlation of two sequence can be given as r of x1 of x1, x2 of I will be given as x1 of n, x2 of n minus n. So we have to simply solve this equation. We are substituting the x1 of n and x2 of n minus 1. Next we are getting z of x1 of l into x2 of minus l. So by solving this equation, we are getting capital X1 of z into x2 of z to the power minus 1. Hence the correlation of two sequence can be proved. So next will be the multiplication of two sequence or convolution in Z domain. So the multiplication of two sequence or the convolution Z domain, the x1 of n will have the capital X1 of z as the z transform, and x2 of n will having the z transform of capital X2 of z. We are having x1 of n into x2 of n will having the z transform of 1 by 2 pi jc integration of x1 of v into x2 of z power v to the power minus 1 dv. Here C is a closed counter. It encloses the origin and lies in the ROC, which is common to both x1 of v and x2 of 1 by v. Thus the ROC is intersection of region of convergence of x1 of z and x2 of z. We are having a proof that is inverse Z transform is given as x of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi j integration of x of v to the power n minus 1 dv. So let x of n will be equal to x1 of n and x2 of n. Putting inverse Z transform of x1 of n in above equation, we are getting x of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi j into integration of c x1 of v into v to the power n minus 1 dv into x2 of n. So that is capital X of z will be given as summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity 1 by 2 pi j x1 of v to the power minus n v to the power n minus 1 dv into x2 of n into the whole power z to the power minus n. So interchanging the order of integration and summation, we are getting the answer as 1 by 2 pi j into integration of x1 of v into x2 of z by v to the power minus 1 into dv. So next we are going into the another property, that is conjugation of a complex sequence, that is let x of n will have the z transform of capital X of z for region of convergence lies between R1 to R2. Next the x dash of n will have in the z transform of x dash z dash. So we have a proof. We are substituting the value of x of n instead of x dash of n. We are substituting x dash of n. So we are having x of n into z dash into x power minus 1. While solving this equation, we are getting x dash of n having the z transform of capital X dash into z dash. So next we are going into the property of z transform of real part of sequence. So for real part of sequence, real of x of n will have the z transform of 1 by 2 capital of x of z plus x dash z dash. So we are having real and imaginary part of x of n. So by comparing the real part, real of x of n is equal to 1 by 2 x of n plus x dash of n. So z of real of x of n will have the z of real of n will be given. Next you have to given into the bracket x will be multiplied separately and write separately the equation. We are getting 1 by 2 x of capital X of z plus x dash into z dash. So next the z transform of imaginary part of sequence. So in the previous you are seeing the real part of sequence. So in this PPT, in this slide we are going to discuss about the z transform of imaginary part of sequence. So for imaginary part of sequence, we are having imaginary of x of n will have the z transform of 1 by 2j into x of z minus x dash z dash. So by solving the imaginary part of x of n, we are getting 1 by 2j into x of z minus x dash into z dash as the imaginary part of z transform of the sequence. So next we are going into the property of Parseval's relation. So x1 of n will have the z transform of capital X1 of z, and x2 of n will have the z transform of capital X2 of z. Then according to Parseval's theorem, summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of n x2 dash of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi j into integration of x1 of v x2 of dash into 1 by v dash v power minus 1 v, that is v inverse dv. So for inverse z transform of x1 of z, x1 of n is equal to summation of, that is 1 by 2 pi j into integration of x1 of v to the power n minus 1 dv. So by solving this, we are here v power n minus 1 will be written as v power n and v power minus 1, which will be equal to v power minus 1 into minus n v power minus 1, which is equal to, which can be written as 1 by v the whole power minus n, where v power minus 1, then above equation will become 1 by 2 pi integration of x1 of v. In the above equation, we are writing the same as in the previous into dv. So in the case of v to the power minus 1 will be taking outside, we are getting this equation. Next we are having x1 of z. So in the case of this place we are substituting x1 of z. Here we are substituting x2 1 by u dash into v dash v to the power minus 1. So by solving this, we are getting the Parseval's theorem. So next we are going into the initial value theorem. So for initial value theorem, x of 0 will be having a limit z will tends to infinity capital X of z. So the z transform of a casual sequence is given as x of z is equal to summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity x of n z to the power minus n, since x of n is equal to 0 for n greater less than 0. So next we are substituting the value of n is equal to 0 to infinity. We are having the equation as x of 0 plus x1 of z to the power minus 1, x of 2 into z to the power minus 2 plus x of 3 into z to the power minus 3 up to infinity. So we are substituting the limit of, therefore in the right hand side, limit of x of z tends to infinity. We are substituting the value z 0 to infinity, that is limit z of infinity will be x of 0 and x of 1 into z to the power minus 1. Next in this place we are substituting x of 2 into z to the power minus 1. So the each term will be multiplied with the limit z to infinity. So next limit z to infinity, x of 0 will be written as, so x of 1 tends to infinity, the value will be 0. So x tends to infinity, here also z will be infinity, so the value will be 0. So next we are having the x of 0 is equal to limit of z tends to infinity capital X of 0. So the x of 0 will be equal to limit z to infinity capital X of 0 will be hence proof. So all the properties will be hence proof. Here we are having the properties of z transform. So here we are having the notation, that is linearity, time shifting, scaling in z domain, time reversal, conjugation property, real part and imaginary part, differentiation in z transform, convolution, correlation, initial value theorem, multiplication, and also Parseval's theorem. So the time domain of this property will be explained here, and here we are having the z domain, that is the z transform of the time domain will be given here, and here we are having the region of convergence for the corresponding properties. So next we are going into the topic inverse z transform. So the normally inverse z transform is based on the Cauchy integral. So inverse z transform can be obtained by these methods. The first method will be inspection method, and second method will be partial fraction method, and third method will be power series method. Let us discuss this method in detail. So first one will be the inspection method. So we already know the make use of known z transform pairs, as we already seen in the z transform pairs, that is a power n u of n. The z transform of a power n u of n will be calculated in the previous slide, that is the value of a power n u of n z transform will be 1 by 1 minus a z power minus 1. The region of convergence will be z greater than a. Here the example for inverse z transform of x of z is equal to 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1. Here having the z of mod z greater than 1 by 2. The value will be 1 by 2. That is x of n is equal to 1 by 2 the whole power n u of n. So next we are going into the inverse z transform by partial fraction expansion method. So assume that a given z transform can be expressed as capital X of z is equal to summation of k is equal to 0 to m bk z to the power minus k divided by summation of k is equal to 0 to n ak z to the power minus k. For applying partial fraction expansion, capital X of z is equal to summation of r is equal to 0 to m minus n br z to the power minus r plus summation of k is equal to 1, k is not equal to I to n, ak by 1 minus dk z to the power minus 1 plus summation of m is equal to 1 to s cm divided by 1 minus di z to the power minus 1 the whole power m. So the first term exists only if m greater than n. So b1 is obtained by long division. So second term represents all first order poles and the third term represents the order s pole. So there will be a similar term for every higher order. Each term can be the inverse transformed by inspection. So here we are having the partial fraction expansion. The coefficients are given as ak is equal to 1 minus dk z to the power minus 1 capital X of z where z is equal to d of k. So cm here cm is equal to 1 by 1 s minus m into minus d I the whole power s minus m. So easier to understand with an example. So we are having the example of capital X of z is equal to 1 by 1 minus 1 by 4 z to the power minus 1 into 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1 where the region of convergence lies greater than 1 by 2. So here we are having the example, we are calculating the sum by using partial fraction expansion. So the order of numerator is smaller than the denominator, that is in terms of z to the power minus 1. And the second will be the no higher order poles. So next you have to write this equation in the partial fraction method. So first term will be written a1 by first term plus a2 by first term. So we have to divide this denominator. We have to separate this denominator. So first you have to find the a1 value and a2 value. So you have to, for finding the a1 value, you have to put z is equal to 1 by 4. So for finding a2 value, you have to find z is equal to 1 by 2. So for the value of z is equal to 1 by 4, we are substituting here the whole z is equal to 1 by 4. So here also z is equal to 1 by 2. The whole term will become cancelled and we are getting only the a1 value and a2 value. So by solving this, we are getting the value of a1 as minus 1. So for substituting z is equal to 1 by 4, the value z is equal to 1 by 4, here the value will be cancelled and we are substituting here as 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1. In the place of z, we are substituting 1 by 4. So here also this will be for z is equal to 1 by 2. So if z is equal to 1 by 2, this term will be cancelled. So we are substituting z is equal to 1 by 2 in this equation. Next you have to find the value of a2. For finding the value of a2, we are assuming the value of z by getting the 0 value in this term for finding the a2 value. So for finding a1 value, we are going to 0 this value and getting this value in the a1. So by the a1 value will be finally as a1 is equal to minus 1 and a2 is equal to 2. So next you have to write the value of a1 and a2 in the formula, substituting capital X of z is equal to minus 1 by 1 minus 1 by 4 z to the power minus 1 plus 2 by 1 minus 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1 and mod z will be greater than 1 by 2. Here the region of convergence extends to infinity and this indicates right-sided sequence, that is x of n is equal to 2 into 1 by 2 the power n u of n minus 1 by 4 power n u of n. Next we are going into x of z is equal to another example, that is 2 minus 9 by 1 minus 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1 plus 8 by 1 minus z to the power minus 1, and region of convergence will be greater than 1. So here we are, example 2 will be given. You have to find the x of n. So arrows the extends to infinity, that means it indicates the right sided sequence. Next in the place you have to write the x of n as 2 into del of n minus 9 into, in this place you have already solved, that is the value will be 1 by 2 a power n u of n, and in this place also a into e of n, which will be already calculated. So this is the z inverse z transform for capital X of z. So next we are going into the third method, that is inverse z transform by power series expansion. So in the z transform, inverse z transform is power sequence. In power series expansion will be having the expression of capital X of z is equal to summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z of z power minus 1. So this is a z transform in power series. So expanded form will be capital X of z is equal to plus of x of minus 2 the whole power x z to the power square plus x of minus 1 z to the power 1 plus x of 0 x of 1 z of z power minus 1 plus x of 2 z to the power minus 2 up to infinity. So here the z transform of this form can generally be inverse easily. So especially we are using for finite length series. So next we are going into the example for solving the power series expansion of inverse z transform. So here we are having capital X of z is equal to z square 1 minus 1 by 2 z to the power minus 1 1 plus z to the power minus 1 1 minus z to the power minus 1. So next we are substituting this value, that is x of n is equal to, here we are having 1 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 1 by 2 0. So for putting n is equal to 0, we are getting x of n is equal to minus 1, and for minus 1 we are getting 1 minus 1 by 2, for 2 we are getting 1, and 1 we are getting 1 by 2, and for 2 we are getting 0. So the equation will becomes x of n is equal to, so in place of x to x z to the power 2, so z to the power 1 means we are having n plus 1, so that is del of n plus 1, that is here we are having 2, so del of n plus 2 minus 1 by 2 will be written same as z minus 1 will be written as del of n plus 1, and plus minus del of n plus 1 by 2, here z to the power minus 1 will be del of n minus 2. So this is the method for solving the power series expansion in inverse z transform. Thank you.